morning on my third day of gold dredging. That's today. So I want to tell you a story about my gold dredging trip. It started Wednesday, today's Friday, and I drive about 2 hours to my buddy John's house, and he's got the gold dredge. It's got a 4-inch nozzle. It floats in the water. You take the nozzle and you vacuum up the material in the bottom of the creek, and it's got a sluice box on top to dredge, and it traps the gold, right? Hopefully. So the plan was to go, for the first time ever with me, I'm learning how to gold dredge. John has been my mentor in regards to prospecting for gold. So now, he's going to teach me how to dredge. So I get to John's house, and then we drive down to the creek, and I'm feeling a little queasy just going to John's now. This is Friday, day 3. Back to Wednesday, day 1. We're driving down to the creek, and I had these rushing waves just come over me, and John pulled over, and I got sick. We went a little bit further. We parked at the parking area by the creek, and I started sweating nonstop. I truly thought I was gonna die. I was singing Led Zeppelin song in my time of dying. Don't want nobody to moan. Well, if I can die easy, but that's the Led Zeppelin song. But more than that, I was praying to God. I said, man, I got a little buzz going now. I got a head rush going now. I'm driving up to the same location, the same route I took on Wednesday, and I was like, God, I don't want to die. Just let me live. Give me a chance, man. And I thought the way I was feeling, I had about 10% of life left in me. And I've been in a lot of situations in life, whether it was drug-induced, alcohol-induced, or being physically beaten. This by far was the most conscientious moment of death that I've experienced. And I just kept praying and give me strength, and then keep me alive, get me up out of this, right? This preacher preached in New Jerusalem Baptist Church, this deacon in his 80s in Cincinnati, Ohio, Reverend Damon Lynch, he preached back in July last year, 16th of July, get me up out of this situation, right? That was just what he was preaching about. And that's what I was saying, God, get me up out of this situation. I couldn't move. I was like a freaking zombie. I was thinking I'm laying in the passenger seat just sweating, and I couldn't even grab my water bottle that was next to my thigh. I didn't have the strength to get it. I couldn't do it. But I remember martial arts teachings was the mind controls the body. Now, how powerful is that? That your mind controls the body, right? And even now, like driving up there, I got anxiety and, you know, queasiness because, you know, I'm going to a place where 2 days ago I thought I was gone, man. But the mind controls the body. So I kept saying that. And then I tried to put little goals in front of me, like get that bottle of water, you know, take a little sip, you know. And it took hours. Just, I got out of the vehicle, I got back in the vehicle 4 or 5 times, just dizzy. But I felt like a zombie. I could not move. I could not move a limb. I could not. And I was thinking like, oh shit, you know, if like, you know, somebody was out here and I had to, you know, take care of myself, I sure as shit couldn't. And that's not mentally fun when you know psychologically that you're a freaking zombie. You couldn't like take care of yourself. So I believe God did get me up out of that situation. You know, first time in a wetsuit, I put it on and put my backpack on, and I told John, I said, John, I think I'm dying. I said, but you go prospecting and I'm going to stay here in the truck. So I finally got geared up and started walking the creek. And made it about 350 yards, maybe 400 yards. And I couldn't see John. He took the dredge, he took the kayak, and he was probably up maybe about 2,000 yards. Anyway, I couldn't find him. And I didn't have any more strength left. I knew I had to turn around. I knew how to get back to the truck, and I did. So anyway, that wraps up that story of day 1 of gold dredging. I get back home. Day 2 was yesterday, Thursday, and I told John I'm gonna recover. I'm just gonna not head out the prospect. I'm gonna recover. And I did cut the grass yesterday, 2 hours, push mower. I live on a hill, so pretty excruciating, you know. I took 2 breaks, just pushed through it and got it done. And now it's day 3, and I'm driving up to John's. Like I said, because the mind's overreacting about the situation that had transpired. Why did it transpire? I keep saying transpire 2 days ago. And there was a couple things that went on. I can't pinpoint it, but here I am, day 3. So I posted on Facebook that I would do a video on the gold dredging. You know, I was really excited about it. Stepping up from running a little mini high banker on the creek to now, you know, big gold dredge. John said he ran that day's Wednesday about half a cubic yard of material, which is like 101 5-gallon buckets. Like a cubic yard's 202 5-gallon buckets of material. And then John went out yesterday too. So John was there Wednesday, Thursday dredging. All right, here I am, you know, on my way. I wanted to talk about, I did a video on my way up Wednesday, and I wanted to talk about mental health. That I know that I'm affected by it, and have been affected by it ever since I was a little kid, you know. kind of what does it take to continue life when you suffer through a lot mentally. I feel it's a battle within your own mind. You know, you battle yourself, where if you have mental health, that's why I want to be open about it and talk about it. Our mind's very powerful, and it goes to the extreme, and it could go two different directions, positive and negative. Our thoughts, I was always, when I set my mind to something, whether it was professional. I started washing dishes when I was 15, and I set my mind to being the best. And I started a career in the casino industry when I was 17 and a half, and I locked my mind into it, right? So I went from like a dealer to a director, and the opposite side of the mental health is the negative stuff, right? You know, how we obsess about whatever it is that we're obsessing about. That turns, like, it's basically negative stuff we're thinking about. But I'm just watching the road. I got a 18-wheeler in front of me, and it's foggy out, and the road's going to be one road. It's 2 lanes, now it's 1. See how we always think? Obsessive thinking. Alright. So I'm 58, and the thing about life is that you're just like, you're one vessel, right? Like, you're not like interconnected like with everybody. Like, you're one mind. You're just a one vessel, and it becomes difficult. Everybody, when you're alone, right? Irregardless of how many people you have surrounding you, you're alone, and you're going to deal with, or have to deal with, you. So I wanted to touch on mental health a little bit, and if it's affecting you, I just want to let you know you're not alone, okay? Just kind of encourage you to think about, or obsess. I'm going to use the word obsess. I don't want to use the word in regards to obsessively paranoia, being paranoid on your thoughts and things of that nature. But put those thoughts, obsessive thoughts, into positives. Things you like to do, right? Find what you like to do and obsess on that. Like gold prospecting. Like, I obsess on it. I go out there and do it. But I have the opportunity to teach others how to do it. And God, that's so rewarding to me, right? To give my knowledge to other people. I want to talk later about master and mentor. To be a master, I believe, most importantly, you have to then be a mentor. Once you learn something and you master that, what you've learned, work, whatever it is, job, task, hobby, art, whatever it is, washing dishes, you master something, you teach it. The master becomes the mentor. mental health, we're alone. Like I said earlier, the mind is alone. So we're not interconnected with people, right? We don't, it just doesn't happen. We're just a vessel. We're a single vessel. We're alone. We got enough stuff in here to deal with, right? I got back into, I don't even know if that's proper. I did about an 18-year hiatus on seeking God. And about 15 months ago, I became part of a discipleship group. Every Thursday we'd meet. We would, basically, the discipleship group is predicated on being a disciple of God and how Jesus was, how he walked the earth and told, people about God and love, the most important command that was given to us. It's very foggy, so I got about 75 yards of visibility, so I got this truck in front of me, and he's blowing grain out the back. I wish I could video that. I'm going to turn it around. So this truck in front of me, can you see he's blowing grain out? I can't even pass him because I can't even see, but it could be sand. Alright, I'm back. So, I've been reading the Bible again, but through the discipleship class, I get lessons, to study and whatnot. So what I said before about, like, we're not connected, like, unless, we're just not connected, right? We're an individual vessel, period. And so I'm going down still got this vehicle in front of me. I'm 20 miles an hour. He stopped and he's turning. All right, buddy, you lost half of your freaking load on the road. Looks like sand. So I wanted to reconnect with God, Jesus, Holy Spirit in my life. Because I believe that nullifies my thought process of us being alone. To have a creator, not only a creator, a spirit, a relationship with the creator, relationship with the spirit, and also a guide, the Bible, right? A study guide. And there's a lot of powerful things written in the Bible on life. So getting back to the mind controlling the body, I'm not right now currently as excited and agitated and nervous as I was when I left the house. I'm starting to calm down a little bit. So I'll cut this short. This will be my opening of my 3-day prospecting dredging trip that I missed the first 2 days on. And I'll get out there, learn from John how to dredge, learn from the master. And I'm grateful that I have a friend willing to teach me, and mental health. Let's go out there. Let's do the things we love to do, okay? And even if it's, working, whatever, do it, because you know how powerful our minds are, and how we can master what we put our minds to. But remember, in that mastery, you have to be a mentor. You just have to be a mentor, okay? All right, everybody. I love everybody, and I'm on Facebook. If you want to reach out to me, just you post right on my, my page, Joe B. This is so and so, and I'll reach back out to you. Give you my phone number. We can talk, and yeah. So I'm gonna give this away because a lot of times in videos, like I always try to, especially movies. In movies, I always try to figure out where the hell are they at. What state are they in, right? And I normally get it from license plates, right? I'm a big movie guy. I love movies. My Lord, I love movies. I love to write. I love to direct a movie. But I'm in the state of Indiana right now, and it's Friday. It's I think when I turned this camera on, it was about 7 a.m. That's about all I have. I'm gonna go dredging for gold. I think I told you that. Where I prospect, and I do it with a mini high banker. So when John's running 101 5-gallon buckets, like minimum, I'm running 2. I think my biggest day was 2.5 classified 5-gallon buckets, which is probably equivalent to maybe 7.5 like buckets of material, because I'm using a classifier. So I'm doing 7.5, and John's doing in the 100. So yeah, it's big league. I'm stepping up. And where I go, and I'm using that mini high banker, I'm finding, let's say I find 40, 50 specks of gold in a day. Well, it doesn't weigh, right? There's no your first weight is going to be measured in grams, and that amount of gold that I'm finding wouldn't even get a 1/10 of a gram, right? But it's exciting. If you're a hobbyist, you'd be like blown away. Wow, look at all this gold I found. I found 50 specks. It's very exhilarating, and it's rewarding when you find gold, because there's a process of finding gold, meaning getting to the location and panning for it. And there's techniques, so you got to learn a lot. And I learned from John, reading the ground, all that stuff. So now with John, with the dredge, guaranteed, grams are guaranteed, right? $77 a gram, $200 or $2,400 an ounce for gold. I got a hair in my tooth, but anyway, so it's about 24 minutes video. Gonna go try to make weight, get out there, and I'm going to the den of, I can't say the den of death, but I'm going back to where I was on Wednesday, and the mind controls the body. God is in charge of my life. I have to allow that to be true, right? Joe's in charge. things just don't seem to be going right. So I'm trying to commit my life over to God, which truthfully is difficult because there's no conversation, right? There's no, connection, Though I'm hoping that there will be, okay? I'm hoping that there will be. And through the knowledge of the Bible, continue to read it, be a student, to be the master. No, I can't say I'm going to be a master, but just to learn about God and what was written in the Bible about God and Jesus, and when Jesus walked the earth and what he did. God wants us to be, imitators of his son Jesus, right, on this earth, right? We can do more because we're alive and we're living, to help other people, right? We gotta help ourselves first, right? All right, so I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna get on the road and listen to some music or radio. But yeah, I love you guys, everybody that's watching. See ya. Alright, peace. Go out there and do your thing, okay? Have fun at it. Master it, and then mentor somebody on how to do the good things in life, right? Let's not continue to, do bad things. We all know the sins that we've committed in this body and in our own mind. We all know that we all know what we did. All right, we don't have to do those things anymore, right? Ask for forgiveness to God, right? That's why Jesus died on a cross, right? Shed his blood so God would actually come back into our lives, and forgive us of our sins if we confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord, and we'll be saved, right? Saved from who? Satan. Saved from ourselves, because we could be psychopaths at times, right? But we have to love. We have people we care for. We have people, children. We have grandchildren. We have, wife, and my mother and father-in-law live with me, and my wife and my daughter, We have to love neighbors, right? The greatest command in the Bible is that God wants us to do is, in Jesus, is to love one another, right? Not to say to be a pigeon. There ain't gonna be no pigeon, right? We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for ourselves and our family protection, especially now in this country. But the greatest commandment that God wrote and wants to impress upon us is to love one another. And to love him with all of our hearts and our minds. I'm not saying this stuff's easy. It's not. Don't even think that Christianity, believing in God and believing in his son Jesus is easy. But I've been through a lot in life, brother and sisters. A lot. This ain't easy, man. So you just gotta trust, read and pray, and like I prayed to God, Wednesday, and hope. Invite him into your life and hope that he comes into your life. If you feel him, and I want that. I want to feel him, and I want to change, right? All right, now it's ending. See ya. Love you. Bye.